Hi students, good morning. Welcome back to physics class. Today's our topic is linear momentum and Newton's second law of motion. Right here, first one, linear momentum. Linear momentum is nothing but mass in motion, is said by Newton. That means whenever the mass is in motion, it can apply a force on the body. That is called momentum. Linear means the body moves along a straight line. Right here, one best example. Suppose a person is standing on the road. See here, a bicycle of mass 50 kg and it is moving with a velocity of 60 meter per second. When this bicycle suddenly hits this person, the person would maybe injured here. Injured in this case. Next is here, suppose a truck. A truck of mass 2500 kg and it is moving with a velocity of 60 meter per second. Suppose a person is standing on the road. Suddenly a truck of mass 2500 kg moving with a velocity of 60 meter per second hits the person. As our common observation, the person may be dead. If you observe in the two cases, here the person is injured, but here person may die. That means compared to here damage is more. Extent of damage is more in this case. So right here, important point, extent of damage. Why? Because due to motion, they are applying the force, that is movement. It means here damage is there, here damage is there. But here damage is more. If you observe clearly in both cases, here the velocity is 60 meter per second, here the velocity is 60 meter per second. See, velocity is same in both cases. But what is the difference? Mass. Very good answer. Masses. So here and here, if you observe clearly, the mass of the truck is more than bicycle. So the truck damages more than bicycle. So extent of damage is more. If mass of an object is more, extent of damage also more. So extent of damage is directly proportional to mass of object. Next is here, it is a bullet of mass 50 grams and bullet is moving with a velocity of 100 meter per second. Next here, its mass also is 50 grams. It is tennis ball. It is moving with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Here one wall is there. Wall. Then bullet or tennis ball, which can damage the wall more? Obviously, it is bullet. If you observe clearly, both are having same masses. But what is the difference? Yes, velocities. Velocities are different. Due to more velocity, the bullet can damage the wall more. That means extent of damage is directly proportional to velocity of object. That means, see now, if you observe the two examples, here the body is in motion, here the body is in motion. Here the body has mass, here also body has mass. That means, already I said, momentum means mass in a motion. Here body has mass and it is in motion. Here body has mass and it is motion. But which motion is greater? Means it can damage more. So already we know very well, here truck can damage more. That means its motion is more than its motion. That means, see here, I am writing here motion. Bicycle is in motion, truck is in motion. But two motions are different. That means quantity of motion is different. Both are having same velocity, but what's the difference? Mass. That means quantity of mass depends on mass of body. If both are having same velocity, then which body has more mass? It can damage more. That means it can damage more. Next one. If you observe here, bullet and tennis ball, both are in motion. Both are in motion. Both motions are same. See here, both are having same mass, even though both motions are not same. Why? Because this velocity is more, so it is damaging the wall more. So this motion is greater than this motion. So the quantity of motion depends on velocity of body. So the quantity of motion depends on mass of the body and quantity of motion depends on velocity of the body. That means the damage. Why it is damaging more? Its motion is more than this motion. Why it is damaging more? This motion is greater than this motion. So quantity of motion depends on mass of the body, velocity of the body. So two factors. So here left side, if you observe extent of damage. So by combining these two equations, we can write extent of damage directly proportional to mass of object, directly proportional to velocity. This extent of damage is nothing but linear momentum. Linear momentum. What is linear momentum? Linear momentum is nothing but the extent of damage. The extent of damage which an object can cause. Which an object can cause. This is called linear momentum. So mathematically, how these are related? How linear momentum, mass and related means already we discussed. Mass is, if velocity are same, which has more mass, it has more linear momentum. So mathematically, linear momentum is equal to, what is the formula? Mass into velocity. This is the formula for linear momentum. Simply by terms, P is equal to mv. This is the formula for linear momentum. See here, momentum is a dash quantity. Momentum is a vector quantity. Momentum has magnitude and it has direction. So momentum is a vector quantity. Why? Because velocity is a dash quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. So momentum is also a vector quantity. That means vector quantity means, so by multiplying mass and velocity we will get magnitude. Then what is the direction of momentum? See here, remember, momentum direction is in the direction of velocity. That means movement direction is along the direction of velocity. In which direction velocity is there, in the same direction momentum is there. Next you see here, suppose a body is moving along a circular path. We know very well, at any point what is the direction of velocity means, simply at that point draw a tangent. This tangent gives the direction of velocity at that point. Say suppose here draw a tangent, this is the direction of velocity at this point. So find the velocity means velocity of body at this point means draw a tangent. Find the velocity to draw a tangent. So this is the direction of velocity. In which direction velocity is there? In the same direction momentum is there in the same direction. Momentum is there in the same direction. Momentum is there. Next, write the units of momentum. We know very well the SI unit of momentum is, see here, momentum means mass into velocity. What is the SI unit of mass? Kg. What is the SI unit of velocity? Meter per second. So the SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second. Next, CGS unit of momentum. The CGS of momentum nothing but what is the CGS unit of mass? Gram. CGS unit of velocity? Centimeter per second. So gram centimeter per second is the CGS unit of momentum. Right, see here. So numericals on linear momentum. So here three questions are there. So by seeing question, solve the problem. Right, pause the video and solve the problem. See here first question. A car and a scooter are traveling with the same speed. Which of the two has greater momentum? Pause the video and do the solution. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do the solution. Okay? Right. See the board. See here, car and scooter. First write car and scooter. Traveling with the same speed. Traveling with same speed. Next, car and scooter means momentum means already we know very well. Momentum means mass into velocity. So momentum means in order to calculate momentum we need mass and velocity. So right here car mass. So mass of car, mass of scooter. Both are traveling with same speed. So suppose speed of car is Vc, speed of scooter is Vs. Then write momentum formula. Momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. Apply this formula for both cases. So momentum of car is equal to mass. So mass of car, speed of car. Here momentum of scooter is equal to mass of scooter and speed of scooter. Then see here, which of the two has greater momentum? So divide these two equations. Divide these two equations. So momentum of car by momentum of scooter. So here write mass of car, speed of car by mass of scooter, speed of scooter. Already we know very well, same speed means Vc is equal to Vs. Speed of car and speed of scooter are equal. So these two are gets cancelled. Then right here, this is equal to mass of car by mass of scooter. Right here, here momentum ratios are there, here masses ratios are there. Here car, scooter, here also car, scooter. Already you know, if ratios are there, we can relate them as they are directly proportional or inversely proportional. Here car, scooter, here also car, scooter. So here momentum is directly proportional to mass. Which has more mass, it has more momentum. Which has more mass, car or scooter? As general observation we know very well, mass of car is greater than mass of scooter. So momentum of car is greater than momentum of scooter. That means momentum of car is greater than momentum of scooter. So this is the solution for first problem. Next see here, second problem. A car and a scooter have the same momentum. Which of the two has greater speed? Pause the video and do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, see here. Momentum means, we know very well, momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Mass into velocity. So car and scooter. So mass of car is mc, mass of scooter is ms. Have the same momentum. Momentum of car is pc, momentum of scooter is ps. Then calculate which of the two has greater speed. Speed of car is vc, speed of scooter is vs. Then right here momentum of car is equal to mass of car, speed of car. Here momentum of scooter is equal to mass of scooter, speed of scooter. Then equate these, they have same momentum, so equate the momentums. So momentum of scooter is equal to momentum of car. So in the place of PC, substitute these values. This is MC, VC is equal to MS, VS. Next, so ratios, all mass, bring masses one side and speeds one side. So this is written as mass of car by mass of scooter is equal to, if it goes this side, here if it goes this side, speed of scooter by speed of car. Right here, observe here, ratio of masses is equal to ratio of speeds. Then observe here car, scooter, here scooter, car. Car, scooter, here scooter, car, how they are related? Inversely proportional. So mass is inversely proportional to speed. Mass is inversely proportional to speed. We know very well mass of car and mass of scooter. Whose mass is greater? Mass of car is greater than mass of scooter. Next, by knowing mass ratios, we can calculate speeds. Then speed of car, speed of scooter. We know very well mass is inversely proportional to speed. If mass of car is greater, then inverse means speed of scooter is greater. So it means speed of car is less than speed of scooter. This is the answer for second question. Speed of car is less than speed of scooter. Right. Next, third question. If the two bodies with the same mass move with different velocity and relate their momentums. Pause the video and do the problem, my dear students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then ready. See here. If two bodies, one body is A, another body is B. So mass of A and mass of B. Same mass move with different velocity. Suppose velocity of A and velocity B. Then write momentums. Momentum of A is equal to mass into velocity. Momentum of B is equal to mass into velocity. Then see here. Two bodies with same mass. Same mass. If only momentum same means we can relate like this. But here mass is same. So ratio of these PA by PB is equal to MA VA by MB VB. Here same mass. Mass of A and mass of B are same. So MA MB gets cancelled. Then observe the momentum ratios and velocities ratios. Here A, here B, here also A and B. So how momentum is related to velocity means directly proportional. That means if which body has having more velocity, that body has more momentum. That means if velocity is more, momentum is also more. Right. This is the solution for third problem. Okay, Nana? Right. By seeing this one, by graphically we have to relate the mass, velocity and momentum. By graphically relate these. See here in the first question, a car and scooter are traveling with same speed. Here speed is constant. Then which of the two has greater momentum? First observe in the question which one is constant. Here speed is constant. Then write the formula we know, mass momentum is equal to mass into velocity. If speed is constant, that means V is constant. If you remove constant and equal, how these two are related? Directly proportional. So momentum and mass are directly proportional. Then draw a graph between momentum and mass. See here, mass is taken on x-axis. Momentum is taken on y-axis. Which one is constant here? Velocity is constant. If velocity is same for two bodies, then momentum and mass, how they are related? Directly proportional. Directly proportional means the graph is like this straight line. Here V is equal to constant. So this is the graph between momentum and mass. Here two bodies having the same momentum. Momentum is same. Then write here P is equal to M. Here momentum is same. So this left side factor is same. So bring on this side V. So P by V is equal to M. If P is constant, remove the constant and equal, and how mass and velocity are related? Inversely proportional. Then draw a graph between mass and velocity. So mass, velocity. Right. So how these two are related? Inversely proportional. Inversely proportional means as mass increases, velocity decreases. So as mass increases, velocity decreases. This is the graph between mass and velocity when momentum is constant. Right. Next is here in the third question. Here same mass. If masses are same, how momentum and velocity are related? Directly proportional. Then draw a graph between momentum and velocity. Directly proportional. So the graph is a straight line. Here constant is mass. Mass is constant. Okay, na? So this is the graph between relations between three terms. Right here, change in momentum. We know very well momentum is denoted by P. Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. But here change in momentum is there. First write per P, per momentum P. Next here change is there. So for change mathematically we denote it as del. This we can read as del. So change in momentum means del P, delta P. So momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Then what is the formula for change in momentum? So simply write in the place of P, write mv. So here del is there, so place here also del. So this is the representation of change in momentum, and this is a formula for change in momentum. See what is the use of change in momentum? See here example 1. Suppose a body of mass 2 kg Initially, its velocity is 4 meter per second. It is moving with a velocity of 4 meter per second. Next, after some time, its velocity is changes to 8 meter per second. Suppose if you apply force, okay, right. So initially mass is 2 kg, velocity is 4 meter per second. So mass is in motion, so it has momentum. Here the body has mass and it is in motion, so it has momentum. But here this momentum and this momentum is same? No. So momentum is changed. So calculate change in momentum. So the change in momentum is del P, delta P. So delta P is equal to, in the place of delta only, in the place of P, mp. Then observe here which factor is changing, mass is changing or velocity is changing. If you observe here, mass remains constant. So mass is constant here. So mass is constant. Which one is changing here? Velocity is changing. So mass is constant, bring mass outside. So m. Which one is changing? Velocity is changing. So apply delta for change only. Then this is the formula for change in momentum. If mass is constant. So which one is changing? Apply delta for that factor. If you substitute the value here, what is mass here? Constant. Mass is 2 kg. So delta V means change in velocity. We know already initial velocity is denoted by U, final velocity is denoted by V. So change in velocity means we know very well final velocity. I am doing here final velocity minus initial velocity. That means V minus U. V minus U, V is 8 meter per second minus U means 4. So 8 minus 4 meter per second. 8 minus 4, that is 4 meter per second. So substitute here 4 delta V. Delta V is equal to 4 meter per second. 2 into 4, 8 kg meter per second. So this is the change in movement. Right. Next, in the second example, if you observe the motion of rocket, already we know very well rocket goes upside. When it releases gases downwards, these we can call as exhaust gases. When gases comes downwards, rocket goes upwards. If you observe here, initially the rocket mass is 100 kg. After some time, if you observe the mass of the gas, it is 50 kg. That means here mass changes. Here mass is changing. And rocket is moving with a constant velocity. Then apply here change in momentum. Then change in momentum delta P is equal to, in the place of P, write mv and here delta. Then observe in the case here which one is constant? Velocity is constant. Velocity is constant. So bring the constant outside. So V. And which one is changing? Mass is changing. So apply delta for mass. So this is delta U. So this is delta P is equal to V delta M if mass changes. That means here momentum is changing. Momentum is changing due to change in velocity and due to change in mass. So change in momentum is due to change in mass and due to change in velocity. Change in velocity. So this is a general formula for change in momentum. Suppose if mass changes, mass changes, right? Change in momentum delta V. Mass changes means delta M V is constant. This is the formula. Suppose velocity changes. Velocity changes. Delta P is equal to velocity changes. So delta, which one is velocity? So apply delta V into M. Okay, now. Next see here. Suppose if velocity is constant, if velocity is constant, that means a body of mass 2 kg, initially its velocity is 4 meter per second. So 2 kg, and after some time its velocity is 4 meter per second. So if velocity is constant, then what is the change in momentum? Change in momentum is equal to 0. Change in momentum is equal to 0 because if there is no change in velocity, there is no change in mass, then change in momentum is equal to 0. Next. If a body at rest, if a body is at rest, what is its velocity? Its velocity is equal to 0. If velocity is equal to 0, what is the momentum? Momentum is mass into velocity. If velocity is equal to 0, mass into 0, that is 0. That means if a body has mass but it is at rest, then its momentum is equal to 0. That means remember one thing, momentum means when the body is in motion, then only body has momentum. If body is at rest, its momentum is equal to 0. Next here, if either velocity changes or mass changes, either velocity changes or mass changes, then only there is a change in momentum. If velocity is constant, momentum is equal to 0 if mass is constant. That is the end of the session.